Oh, but you can see everything when you point the GoPro at something now in the engine bay. It looks so nice.
I don't ever want to do this starter, man. That's all I'll say. I'd rather sit on a fire ant hill after a honey enema than do this shit one more time.
After a what?
Honey enema.
What the hell? Alright, show you guys real quick because we're gonna probably, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm gonna show you guys anyways. So Phil just installed the new power steering crankshaft pulley.
Yeah, so he's pointing to the main pulley stack, the crankshaft pulley stack, and that very final pulley on there is for the power steering pump. And yeah, we believe the old one was out of alignment, out of balance. So
Do you have the old one?
yeah, it's under the car.
Oh.
Right here. We believe that guy was out of balance.
There are weights on it.
Yeah.
Like someone tried to balance it.
Yeah. That is strange, isn't it?
What if they're just wheel weights?
No, that could be factored. I don't know.
Well, ours doesn't need it because it's perfect.
And we'll actually get to see if the power steering system has. I mean, I'm pretty sure we had it somewhat hooked up. But
Well, it was definitely hooked up enough to be pressurized. I wish I could understand the cause of the lines. It's better with the light, but clear.
oh, dude, there's no shake on that pulley.
yeah, on that
That's
pulley,
what I'm
that pulley's
concerned
perfect.
about. Yeah, dude, look at that.
No, before it was going. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, dude.
But we also worked all the water out of the air out of the coolant system. Made sure the coolant fans are actually kicking on, or the cooling fans are kicking on when they're supposed to. Temperature gauge is in fact working. So the car is maintaining a good temperature once it gets up to temperature. Thermostat's opening as it should, which I was really kind of stressed about that. I can tell Phil is testing the steering now because the suspension's turning. Don't see any leaks. Does it feel like it's power steering?
Yeah. All right. So, like Adam said, we're gonna start the vacuum line replacement. That's gonna be the first order of business. As you guys could probably tell, we're working through the engine first, trying to get everything buttoned up and addressed before we start really the next project. But we do have the suspension here. We're probably going to get a couple more bits and pieces added to that, just because I'm sure we're going to be wrapped up with this for like the next week or so. But while we're here, I did also want to look at the oil pressure sensor. We do have a repair manual that kind of states like what those readings should be at once you plug it up to a multimeter. What's up, little guy? Oh, he's shy. That's all right.
What's that? Oh, I thought that was
It was
smoke.
a little spider.
I thought it was smoke.
Oh no, yeah, it's a
I
little
was like,
spider. But anyways, it's sometimes our oil pressure just seems pretty sporadic, and we're gonna have pretty decent access to it. I'm quite sure it's on this side of the engine. I'm pretty sure we don't even need to remove any of that to get access, but we'll see it. It should be bright as day if I remember correctly. And we're gonna make sure that guy's good. If it's not, it's like a $35 part. But obviously, when your engine is off, you shouldn't have 5 bars of oil pressure, and that's sometimes what we're reading, and that's a little concerning.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he came back out.
Oh, he gone.
He's definitely got my attention.
He's camera shy.
Yeah, he's camera shy, but he's not me shy. He's probably gonna hop on my hand as soon as I start disassembling stuff. So without further ado, let's get to disassembling stuff.
I got everything off and cleaned up as much as I could with a wire brush and brake clean. And the phone died, so I'm just gonna put you guys up here and infrequently. Look at that, guys. We finally fixed the lines. Fun fact, it was a resolution issue. I thought it was a frame rate issue, but turns out it was a resolution issue. I did turn up the frame rate a little bit, lowered the resolution, changed the perspective just a little bit. We'll see how it does for the GoPro battery and for overheating. See what happens. Actually, I'll show you guys. Phil made a ton of progress putting all these hoses back together. Well, there's the line there still. Not bad, especially if I turn on the light. Got all these hoses starting to get plumbed back up together. You can see we cleaned off the engine a decent amount last time, the other night. I spent a good amount of time scrubbing and stuff. Got the air oil separator reinstalled. That was a pain in the butt, that back bolt. And Phil's is doing pre-research, and I'm gonna put you guys up high. And oh, yep, blind myself. That's great.
And I colored the wire. I colored the wire that's supposed to be smaller, just so you know which terminal it goes on.
So red,
and then if you ever forget,
red,
if you ever forget which one is S.
nice, very nice. I'm actually really glad he wrote that S in orange paint, because it just helps me be 100% sure. That's what we call the same wavelength. Ah. First blood.
Okay.
Did you get it in?
Yeah.
You're a god.
Well, now it's I feel a lot happier. Okay, wow, a lot of those parts are threading a lot happier. Holy, where did the gasket go for that? Did I lose it? Did it like slide all the way down this way? Yeah.
I need teeny tiny hands. Oh, that was the micro adjustment I needed. Alright. Okay. That's pretty well lined up. I'm not going to lie. Wow. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, that's much better.
It's almost like it's German engineered. And everything goes exactly in one place. Stop bleeding, bro. Oh, would you like some blood?
Oh.
Hey, I'm listening to the alternator. Can you give me some baby revs? More? More? Now go. It is the compressor.
Oh.
I certainly hope you are not using wrenches in bed, brother.
Hey, bro, sometimes it might get the job done.
It's the right tool for the job.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
That's right, bro.
I'm more of a hammer guy in bed, you know? We might have to go down from underneath.
That's the way he prefers.
Peekaboo!
Peekaboo.
Almost scared you, didn't I? Huh?
You did, actually.
What's up, lads?
What's up, man?
Oh, look at me dropping shit over here, bro. No, I know your ass is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn, dude.
Bro,
Alright.
put it somewhere else.
Hey, bro, fuck.
That is a brand new fucking fuel sending unit. If it's bent, I'm gonna kind of be pissed.
Oh yeah, that's like a 400. They're still like $300 for a non-OEM one.
Oh, I ain't reading that. That shit's in German. Oh, never mind. There's English.
Achtung!
Achtung! I can't fucking. Remove the locking pin underneath this label before installing? What?
Oh?
Oh.
Oh, it probably locks the float so it doesn't get damaged in travel.
Oh, yeah, there you go, bro. How are you gonna remove that, though? Oh, just like that.
Just like that.
Yes.
You can hear it.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Achtung, für Einbauscherungsschiff per Haus und Nehmen.
Precisely.
Hold on, Phil. I got. Look at that. You're certified now, bro. Certified.
Achtung! Achtung!
Achtung!
Einbaussteigerungsstift.
Yeah, fuck
Parkes-
around.
Hey, bro, you know Teslas they actually don't come with a new car smell. Yeah, they come with an Elon Musk.
Bro, this guy. That was kind of good. I bet Elon, after every car gets off the assembly, he goes and rips ass. And hey, y'all should have seen today at work, dude.
Dude, I got some fucking banana bread at work today, dude. Hell yeah.
He's
When you get mad, you hit the car with your purse.
I only hit the golf ball in the green with my purse.
That's kind of hot.
Okay, it moves. We're at low, basically empty, and the light's on. But the light's on.
That's actually
The low
sweet.
You know, light
light's
wasn't on it before?
No,
Yeah, no.
Hey, there we go, boys.
that means we have a fuel level.
Let's give her a start. Why not? You know, she's.
Oh, hey, you make sure you tighten that fucking AC system.
Oh, that's just the core I was pressing down
The
on.
condenser
I'll take the
doesn't
cap
work.
out.
Oh, okay.
I'll put the cap back on.
Hey, give her a crank, bud. Oh, there she is.
You probably tighten up the.
It took a second because I had to get that fuel through.
Was it down again? Yeah.
That's fucking funny. This guy said.
Alright. That's probably going to go ahead and end part 7. Part 8, we'll probably tackle the suspension, maybe the brakes. But we got all the vacuum lines, it's running good, temp's good, oil pressure's good. Seemed to have fixed a lot of the issues we were having with little odds and ends with the engine, so I'm really happy to see that progress. I know Phil is too, and it just sounds so good. A nice smooth idle now. We got all the parts for the suspension. We got new caps that's really going to make the engine bay look really nice. Probably rip this subwoofer out at some point. And I also took the Targa roof out. Figured out how to do that. And if anyone was curious, it's you turn the car off, you turn the key once, tap the sunroof open button, and these little arms that push the sunroof up actually retract. And then it unlocks this and you can fully take the whole Targa roof out, which is actually pretty fascinating to learn. Thought it was pretty cool. I appreciate all the support on the videos you guys have been showing lately. So if you guys got any comments, any ideas or anything, let me know. And hopefully we'll get this thing on the ground soon and running, actually rolling. Maybe we'll do some burnouts. We'll see if it can even do a burnout. I don't want to cook the clutch immediately, but... And if anyone's got a good resource for this back glass, I know I got a few ideas, but if anyone does know anyone that's a good resource, I'd be happy to hear from them. And